decision to form Lawyers Mutual came with some difficulty because we knew we were going to have a difficult time because we were going to have to raise capital.
The first thing we did was we had an offering circular. We had committees of the steering committee who went out and telephoned people who made calls locally, and members of the steering committee also appeared before local bar associations and pitched the investment in the company. If you'd been practicing law for 5 years or more, we asked you to put up $700. If you'd been practicing for less than 5 years, we asked that you put up $400. I believe that all told, we had in the range of 1,300 to 1,400 people who actually put up the money. But it was enough to get us the $1 million that we needed to begin operation.
It was going to be called Guarantee Capital. They would not have ownership in the company. All they would be like a bondholder or a note holder, and it would be a debt of the organization.
We did not require that you invest in the company with the guarantee capital in order to be insured by the company. We also did not require that you be a member of the Bar Association. This whole project was undertaken as a service to the legal community. We were very conservative in our thinking about what the company could do, but we also knew that we had to serve our market. And we expanded carefully in terms of our staff. I think that Connie Crumpler was our first full-time employee. We hired her again to be our in-house accountant, and she pretty well handled what was going on. The first full-time lawyer employee we hired was Chris Coley, who ultimately became president of the company. He was initially hired, though, to handle claims.
We did have those stumbling blocks, two of which could have really pulled us down. First, in I believe it was 1986, there was a reinsurance crisis. Reinsurance, all of a sudden, was not available. The reinsurance problem got solved through the help of our reinsurance intermediary, and that allowed us to go back in the market like we were. The second thing that happened was around 87 or 89, and I forget the date, but that's when there was a huge market crash. And I started receiving phone calls that afternoon because our capital, our surplus, had dropped in one day over $500,000. And we only had about $5 million of surplus. And in an insurance company, surplus is your lifeblood. That's what gets you your reinsurance, and that's what gets you through a rainy day. But we overcame both of those obstacles and grew our surplus. We began focusing on that very carefully with an objective of growing surplus 10% a year. And we've been successful because today we've got about $46 million of surplus. The very high degree of loyalty that our policyholders have towards Lawyers Mutual. It's not all about money in terms of what your premium is. They recognize that we're unique in a number of respects, and that uniqueness makes it worthwhile to insure with us. So we've really focused very diligently the last several years on maintaining a strong financial position, maintaining strong surplus, so that we will always be here for lawyers in the future, that they will always have a place where they can buy what we view as affordable and very, very good malpractice insurance.